Nurses, mamas, I want you to be able to kick fatigue and the you know what and get your groove back. If you're a mom and like wanting to play with your kids is like one of the things that you're desiring right now, or you're a nurse and you're just like, I'm just too fatigued, I'm too drained, I literally just work and go home, and that's about it. And other than that, I'm always like just recovering from work, then I am talking to you. Like, if you are the person that it's just like, mommy, come play with me, or you want to be on a health and fitness journey as a nurse and you feel like you can't because of the fact that being a nurse, like, it's so crazy. You're understaffed, you're overworked, you're underpaid, and uh, you've had more patients than you wanted to have. You were on your feet at the hospital all day. So you are drained, not just physically, but also mentally. So I want to give you some tips and tricks on how to combat that, because listen, I have been there, I have done that, I have been super fatigued, and the struggle is real. So if you deal with fatigue, then give me a hashtag struggle. The struggle is real. I know exactly what that's like. I am the person that has dealt with insomnia all my life up until recently. I am the person that has dealt with a nocturnal circadian rhythm all my life, meaning that the rest of the world wakes up and thrives between 9 to 5, and I do not. I my brain is not awake until like 1 p.m. And I have always like gone to sleep probably between like midnight and 5 a.m. Usually, just because I've always been like super nocturnal. So if you imagine trying to live in a world that functions on day shift, and your brain and body functions on night shift, then that would cause fatigue. Um, let's see, some other things that I've dealt with fatigue is just like during my pregnancies, dealing with extreme fatigue. Um, Also dealing with fatigue due to like vitamin deficiencies. So basically, long story short, I've dealt with like all types of fatigue for various different reasons. So I'm coming from the heart, and also my certified fitness and certified nutrition expertise as well, bringing that to the table. So give me a hashtag struggle if you struggle with energy or fatigue. But if you're here, then give me a hashtag here. If you're watching this live, give me a hashtag replay. If you're watching this on replay, I want to be able to say thank you to my viewers. I appreciate you guys. So I definitely used to be that person that like put my kids to bed super late at midnight, just so that my kids would be more so on my sleep schedule, and then they wouldn't be waking up super early in the morning, because I used to never be a morning person at all. Um, and also that person that was just like on the couch with my kids begging them to um, play with them. But one day, like, I realized that that's not normal. That is not normal. I just kind of realized, with also the digging that I've done nutritionally, that we all have nutrition gaps. We all have nutrition deficits. Like, there's no way that any of us, with the way that things are just so imperfect, soil's depleted, there's no like real nutrients or value in the soil. So that also translates to the food. Food's more processed, and the average American diet is also extremely processed, which leads to the majority of the United States being overweight and also sluggish and tired. So all of us have nutrition gaps. So that led me to talking to my doctor about it, getting my blood checked. And I am encouraging you, as my first tip, if you deal with fatigue, is to get your blood labs checked, because chances are you may have some type of vitamin deficiency, such as vitamin B12, vitamin D, and iron, just to name a few, maybe even B6. And so what I did is I found out that my iron was just like basically borderline low. So I went ahead and implemented some iron. Um, and I'm not recommending you to do anything that your doctor doesn't tell you to do. Just first off, I want to give that. But my vitamin D was extremely low. So I implemented that. And then I found out that my body doesn't process the synthetic B12. So I went and got the natural kind. And other things that I have done throughout my nutrition journey is I purchased some liquid motivation. So, what do I mean by liquid motivation? Well, just giving myself like that extra boost, that extra pep. And I don't sell nutrition supplements, by the way. I just want to say that. But this is from Amazon. It's just the Alani line of pre-workout. So one of the things that you can do as a nurse, as a mom, is just give yourself that extra boost, that extra kick of energy right before you work out, like 30 minutes before you work out. Then implement a pre-workout. I also use Genius Pre. If you have like a caffeine sensitivity, then Genius Pre is another really good supplement. And then I also do like the occasional energy drink too that has like only 5 calories and 0 sugar, and not a whole lot of like harmful things in it. So those are my top tips for boosting your energy. Get your blood labs checked. Find out what vitamin deficiencies you may have, because we all have them, unless your diet is like extremely perfect and you're like the perfect weight that you're supposed to be. And you just like follow to the T of like eating your fruits and veggies and all that good stuff. But chances are, if you're the average American, you have some extra fat that you want to get rid of. You go through drive-throughs for convenience, and you are sluggish and tired because your body is not getting what it needs. The other thing, too, is that sleep is huge. Sleep does so much for you that if you are not getting quality and good quantity sleep, then that's also going to mess you up as far as fatigue goes. So, like if you snore, if you wake up constantly throughout the middle of the night, if you wake up with brain fog, if you wake up with headaches, then that's a sign you may need to get a sleep study done. So that's another thing to kind of talk to your doctor about. And as nurses, I know that we are like the worst patients, right? But I've been told I snore, and I've talked to one of my practitioners about getting a sleep study myself. But it's just something that I want to bring up to you, in case sleep is something that you struggle with. Aside from sleep apnea, maybe you have insomnia. Like I had really bad, even as a kid. My aunt used to give me melatonin to go to sleep even when I was little, because it traces all the way back to when I was little, to the point where, if I am being completely honest, like completely vulnerable, hopefully this is a safe place right now, that there have been times where I have taken like so many like sleep supplement vitamins that were like herbal, all natural, and like maybe 4, like I'd pop 4 of them and it still wouldn't work. And so like the literally the only thing in my house at that time that would calm me down enough to knock me out was to go and grab some liquor or some rum. Well, I don't drink liquor, but some like rum. So I'm so serious. Like my insomnia was so bad that I like the only thing that would put me to sleep is if I drank some alcohol to like calm me down. I know for some people it's stimulant, but for me, it's a depressant and like totally knocks me out. So that was before I got like a actual prescription that worked for me. And then after I got a prescription that worked for me, then my mental health coach taught me some techniques that work wonders. And I don't even need herbal supplements or prescription to fall asleep. So just having a mental health coach, someone that has some type of like techniques to decrease anxiety, because mine ultimately is um, stemmed from anxiety of just like not being able to shut my brain off and just having racing thoughts constantly worrying you and keeping me up in the middle of the night. So now that I have techniques to decrease my anxiety, I no longer need anything at all to fall asleep 99% of the time. Other thing too that can really mess up your like fatigue is if you are somebody that has a dopamine deficiency. And so, like, if you struggle with depression, anxiety, ADHD, you may have a dopamine deficiency. And believe it or not, fatigue is like a huge reason or yeah, fatigue is a huge symptom of depression. Like you may feel like just to do your daily hygiene where you haven't like showered in days or you haven't done your hair in days, just to do like the basics, the bare minimal is so much effort and so much energy. Then you may struggle with depression, anxiety, or ADHD. All of those can have dopamine deficiency or be caused by dopamine deficiency. So maybe that's something to look into as well and get some help with. But ultimately, none of these things are things that like me as a fitness coach can help you with. Ultimately, it's you that has to take control of your life. You have to take control of the situation. You have to realize that there is a problem and realize that it's not normal to be fatigued at all. I don't care how old you are. If you're in your 40s, if you're in your 50s, like it's not normal to be fatigued. There's something going on. So I'm like here to like shake you and wake you up so that you don't stay in this situation, because I know that fatigue can lead to you just being super sedentary, being a couch potato, making lazy choices when it comes to your nutrition, which ultimately leads to more fat on your body than you want, leads to that fupa that you want to get rid of. And I do not want that for you. So I was trying to think, there was like one other thing that I wanted to bring up to you guys. I'll probably have to save it for another live because I didn't take any notes at all. I'm just like speaking from the heart. But if you want to do a nutrition audit, then that is something that definitely I can help with, because when you're eating like crap, then don't expect to feel anything more or less than feeling like crap. So if you deal with fatigue, we can definitely do a nutrition audit so that you are not dealing with those problems, so that your kids are not like mommy, come play, and you're like, I can't, I'm too tired, go play with your siblings, that's why we had them. Like no, ultimately, not giving your kids the attention that they need is going to affect their development. So you don't want them to like look back and be like, my mom never had the energy to play with me, or anything like that. And so, like I said, I'm speaking from experience. So I'm not just like throwing you down or anything like that. I'm coming from a place of like shaking you, waking you up so that you will make a change, so that you can make a change in your nutrition. And then also, Another thing that we can implement is doing a exercise audit too, because a body that's in motion stays in motion, and you also get a whole bunch of dopamine and endorphins when you work out, which is ultimately going to help you have more energy. Have you ever worked out and then you had like this sudden boost of energy and like you feel so much better, not just mentally, but also physically? Like there's been times where I've been so tired, but maybe I did my pre workout, or maybe I just convinced myself to work out anyways. And then afterwards, I had like all the energy in the world, and it was like the best thing ever. So that's another thing that we can do is look at your fitness, look at your nutrition, and do an audit together. So give me a hashtag audit, and we will definitely connect and chat more. And I would love to help. So my name is Indy, Coach Indy, and I am a certified fitness trainer, certified nutritionist, and I help busy medical career moms be able to build a thick, fit body without having to count carbs, count calories, or even have to step into a traditional gym. So if you want to know more about that, then give me a hashtag info and we'll definitely chat more. I go live Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so yesterday, if you did not catch that live, then make sure you go check the replay. And I will also be live tomorrow as well. So I will see you guys tomorrow. And remember, as always, it is faith, consistency, and hard work that's ultimately going to give you the results that you are looking for. And I love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.